These are the waiver wire pickups for week 7. First up is Malcolm Brogdon. The veteran point guard continues to shake off the rust from a thumb surgery he underwent in early October. He made his season debut 6 games ago and looked no worse for the wear. In his last 4 games, he's averaged a healthy 16 points, 4.5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, and 0.8 3-pointers per game. And this is all while shooting at 56% from the floor. And he's managed to do all of this in just around 24 minutes per game. We all know what Brogdon is capable of, but the 2 issues that are holding him back are 1, his long injury history, and 2, the fact that he's on a 2-15 Wizards team that will likely move to a youth movement sooner rather than later. Rookie Carlton, aka Bub Carrington, will undoubtedly supplant him in the starting lineup if they continue to lose games. And both Jordan Poole and Corey Kispert's role in this rotation are firm for the time being. Brogdon's only rostered in 31% of leagues, and I think he's a fine pickup for now. Just be prepared to pivot and for some DNPs, as he's only managed to play 55 games per year in his 8 seasons. Number 2 on the list is Malik Monk. Monk recently returned from an ankle injury that cost him 7 games. He hasn't quite looked like the 6th Man of the Year candidate we saw last year, but that's to be expected, as both him and the Kings adjust to life with DeMar DeRozan. Nonetheless, he's still putting up top 130 value and should be rostered in more than 39% of leagues just based on his pedigree alone. He's averaging a solid 14 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1.3 stocks per game, and he's also knocking down 1.4 3-pointers per game on 46% shooting from the field. He'll remain a lock for at least 25 minutes per night, but should soak up some extra playing time in the short term with DeMar DeRozan nursing a back injury. At this point, he's a solid pickup in points leagues and can be viewed as a scoring / 3-point specialist who will get you a steal per night in category leagues. Number 3 on the list is Marcus Smart. Smart's season quite literally got off to the wrong foot, as he suffered an ankle injury early on, which cost him 6 games. He briefly returned for 2 games before coming down with an illness that sidelined him for another 4. He finally returned to the lineup 2 games ago, and hopefully he can get into a groove soon. He's fresh off of his best game of the season, where he poured in 25 points, had 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, and knocked down 7 3-pointers. And this is a good indication of what his ceiling can be. At this stage of Smart's career, you kind of know what to expect: elite steals production and streaky / inefficient 3-point shooting. He's never been one to shy away from taking shots, however making them is a completely different story. Whatever the case, the Grizzlies play 4 games this week, giving him a little added boost in the short term. As an added note, keep an eye on rookie Jalen Wells. He was recently moved into the starting lineup and has put up top 150 value over the past 2 weeks. Number 4 on the list is Ochai Agbaji. Agbaji's been a top 75 player on the year, and since being inserted into the starting lineup in November, he's mostly taken advantage of his opportunity. His scoring has been a bit inconsistent, but he's been very valuable in both fantasy and real life. Over his last 14 games, he's averaged around 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1.7 stocks on 52% shooting from the field. He's also knocked down 2.1 3-pointers per game and should continue to enjoy a heavy workload while Emmanuel Quickley, Grady Dick, and Bruce Brown are out of the lineup. The latter 2 are supposed to make their return soon, but Quickley should be out until at least mid-December. Agbaji will require some patience, but he has the potential to pop off from deep on any given night and will turn in a well-rounded line more often than not. Number 5 on the list is Jeremiah Robinson Earl. Robinson Earl has benefited from the injuries in New Orleans, namely Zion Williamson, whose hamstring injury is worse than initially feared. Over his last 13 games, Robinson Earl has averaged 10 points, 7 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1 steal, and 1.2 3-pointers per game. Good enough to crack the top 150. He is seeing around 27 minutes per night, and while he isn't blocking as many shots as one would expect for a player his size, his near double-double production on a nightly basis makes him a pickup in most category leagues. Robinson Earl should continue to see a heavy workload while Williamson is out, which should be at the end of December at the earliest. Those are the waiver wire pickups for week 7. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and let me know which players you think we should pick up in the comments below.